Hello and welcome to the Hedge Witch Homestead. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Leslie and today we're going to make what my children affectionately nicknamed as slop when they were younger. It's play on beef stroganoff, basically rice and hamburger mushroom gravy as opposed to noodles. And it was one of their favorite things growing up. So I thought I'd make it for y'all today. My hubby has been requesting it, so yeah. Here we have about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds of hamburger. We have 8 little stalks, because they were like teeny tiny, of celery, about 1 pound of mushrooms, 5 cloves of garlic, and a large red onion. So this is what it looks like so far. We're just starting here. So we'll get that all browned up. And we'll show you what the next steps are. In the meanwhile, we're going to turn on our water to boil for our rice. Now for our rice, I have 6 cups of water and 3.5 to 3 3/4 cups of rice. This meal will last me and my family 2 or 3 days. I'm not sure if it freezes well because it doesn't last long enough to try and freeze it, because as I said, it's one of our favorites. So for this recipe, you will need a couple of cans of mushroom soup, some sour cream, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, my usual spices, Greek seasoning, dill weed, and some lemon pepper. We're also going to add some basil, oregano, cumin, and Chinese 5-spice. So once all these veggies are cooked, we're going to add our mushroom soup. Now, even though I'm using 2 cans of mushroom soup, we do not want to use 2 cans of water. I use a can for sure, and sometimes a little less or a little more depending on how many veggies I have in my pot. And I'm doing this in an electric skillet because it does make quite a bit, and it's easier to pour it from here into the pot of rice. And I'm all about, using as little dishes as possible. So this is a great 2-dish meal. So we're just waiting for the onions and celery and rice to cook. This hamburger's cooking really quickly. So I hope you all had a fantastic long weekend. We just celebrated what's known as Canada Day here, though I didn't celebrate it as I'm First Nations, and no pride in genocide. So yeah. Anyways, I learned the other day that my grandchildren get super excited when they see a new video pop up on their For You page for YouTube. So I just want to do a quick shout out to my grandchildren. Hi Neighbor, hi Raven, hi Maddie, hi Twiggy Butt. I hope y'all are having fun. So hopefully they see that and get a kick out of it. And hopefully sometime in the next week or so before I go on holidays, you all will have a chance to meet them. They are the sweetest little girls. So this meal takes about 20-ish minutes, roughly, from start to finish. I'm just going to put the lid on here and soften up my veggies a little bit. Drop my parsley. So, yeah, so we didn't get up to much for the long weekend. We just pretty much stayed at home and chilled, and I got some gardening work done. Got a bunch of new planters, so I went and I was filling those all with some new soil and getting some more squashes and stuff planted. Things are really changing and developing in the garden every day. It just amazes me how much change the garden goes through on a daily basis. I'm getting super excited. I've got a cucumber that's just about ready to harvest. So hopefully soon I'll have enough to start making some pickles. That would be so exciting. So our water's just about ready to boil here. As you know, rice takes anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. I usually use a jasmine rice when I make this, just because I really enjoy the flavor. But any rice will do. You could also do this as intended, you know, as a beef stroganoff. That's the good thing about recipes is, you know, nothing's set in stone, and you can change them up however you want to. So our veggies are just about soft here. We'll give those just a few more minutes. Our rice is boiling, so we're going to add that into our pot. I did not rinse the rice this time. Give it a quick stir, let it boil for a second, and then we're going to put the lid on that and drop our temperature down to low. Gotta grab the lid. Okay. Okay, so let's pull you in here. All right. That smells so yummy. Okay, so I have not seasoned my meat or anything yet. That's what we're going to do right now before we add our mushroom soup and stuff in here. So, gotta grab Greek seasoning. And I'm pretty liberal with it. Like, I don't measure anything. I just kind of give it all an overall layer, because it can be adjusted a little bit after. A little bit of pepper. And the dough wheat. Now I like to use quite a bit of dough, and I will probably add some of this as well once I got my mushroom sauce in there. We're just going to let that sit a minute, get blended into the meat before we add our cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to change from my spatula to a spoon, because that'll work better stirring in the soup. All right. So I chose purple onions just to add a bit of color, but you could use yellow or white, doesn't really matter. Whatever your flavor preference is. Ew. That mushroom soup is no good. 1 second. Got a different one. Much better. Okay, and we're going to start with 1 can of water. And remember, scrape your cans out good because you leave quite a lot behind if you don't. You might as well get what you pay for, especially with the price of things these days. So we're just going to stir this in. We may need to use another half a can of water. All depends on how much juice we got from our veggies. And you'll notice I didn't drain the meat because, you know, fat is flavor. And at least meat fat is healthier than saturated fats or whatever they are. The smell drew you out of your bat cave?
No, out of the bathroom.
I am on record, just so you know.
Alrighty.
That was my son's girlfriend.
And then here's the cat.
You gotta move him in closer.
Okay. And there's the cat.
That's Asher. He's the garden cat. He's the one that's always trying to escape outside.
That is so true. I made a TikTok for Asher that goes with a great sound, and the titles for it is Pov, that wet and dark cat that always tries to escape.
Hilarious.
As it shows Asher trying to escape from up here through the downstairs door.
Nice. Okay. And we're just gonna let this blend for a minute. I'm gonna turn my temperature down so that it's just simmering and not trying to boil. I think I may end up adding another half can of water to this because I want to add more mushrooms because yum. So I'm going to throw in a can of canned mushrooms. Let this drain. And I'm just going to rinse off my spoon so I can reuse it for the sour cream. Ew.
I better go find my bag. It has my lactates in it.
Yeah, it's got dairy in it. Sorry, there's a little dried crusty at the top there I didn't want to get in, so I'm just mixing in some of the liquid that, you know, always sits at the top of the sour cream. And this is a 750 ml container, and I'm going to add, well, there was already a little bit out of it, so I'm probably going to use about half. Okay, and just mix it in. We got about 4 more minutes left on our rice. Okay, now I'm gonna grab some more spices. Okay. So we're going to use a little bit of parsley. You don't need a lot of the parsley. The parsley is more for color than anything. Some good old basil. We're going to use a fair amount of this. Oh, I think I turned this down a little bit too much. Some oregano. some lemon pepper. Some ground cumin. We're going to go pretty heavy with this.
I have to call one of my siblings, but I just looked at the time and I'm like, yeah, no, it's almost so bad. I shouldn't call up.
Yeah, time differences suck, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, this is some Chinese 5-spice powder. We're going to use just a little bit of this. And then we're going to go back over it with a little bit of the Greek seasoning that we seasoned our meat with. And a little more dill. Alright. Now we're just going to let this simmer for a few minutes and let all those flavors blend. And dinner, affectionately known as slop, will be ready as soon as I mix this mushroom gravy into the pot of rice. And just so that you know, out of curiosity, the reason why it was called slop is the sound it made when it hit the plates. So, did you just get on camera? I don't think so.
Oh my god, what is that?
So, yeah, so there we have it. We have dinner. I'm just going to let the spices blend for maybe 5 minutes or so, and dinner will be ready to serve. So, as always, be safe, be kind, be blessed, and we'll see you next time. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Love you.